again, and we're excited about this presentation. We're recording. Dr. Eric, good to see you, man.
Jeremy, good to see you, brother. Excited to be here.
Yeah, it's going to be a great call today. And man, I'll tell you, we've been a part of launching a lot of projects. I've never ever seen the pre-launch momentum that we're seeing right now. I mean, leaders from around the world, and look, it's because what you're going to talk about today. It's just disruptive. We're bringing a solution to the world that doesn't exist right now. We're in front of some of the biggest emerging trends in the market, and the reason they're emerging trends is because there's some real science breakthroughs that are happening, and people are getting wind of it. And so a lot of the groups out there that are in tune with the latest and greatest health breakthroughs are already moving in this direction. We're seeing certain things starting to go mainstream, but nothing like you're going to see here today, folks. This is just absolutely amazing. Let me tell you how amazing it is. It would have taken a lot, Dr. Eric, to get me to step back into the world of physical products of health and wellness, right? And it was a world that I enjoyed in my life and in business, but I thought those days were done, right? But I always did have a little, in the back of my mind, I said, if the right thing came along that was really truly a movement, something that we could create a movement out of. I love what our good friend Josh Denny said a few weeks back. I said, "Man, we're gonna crush this, bro." And he goes, "Bro, we're not gonna crush it. We're gonna crusade it."
Yeah.
And man, that's really become the mantra. What you're gonna hear about today, guys, really does have the potential to become a crusade of just impacting global health. The mental health epidemic right now. It's one of the biggest epidemics in the world. The gut health epidemic right now, Dr. Eric, one of the biggest epidemics in the world. And it's affecting most people, fatigue and cellular inflammation and all the things that you've been teaching us. The world is experiencing the symptoms of those issues. And what I love about today's conversation too, Dr. Eric, is it's not just about products, but it's about an entire system that is going to bring, I love what you say. Self-care is the new healthcare. This is self-care reimagined, and we're bringing power back to the people, by the people, for the people. And we'll talk on the last few minutes of the webinar tonight as well about the business side of what we're doing, because this is the first time in the history of this industry where blockchain and smart contracts are the foundation of the peer-to-peer economy. And it just is a game changer for what that does for the community, for the people, to keep a decentralized environment. I like what you say, wealth care and self-care, and to have a decentralized environment. This is truly the most disruptive project that our community has ever been a part of. So, Dr. Eric, thanks for being with us. Guys, Dr. Eric is one of the leading physicians, voices, thought leaders in the world today. He's got multiple doctorate degrees, clinics, he'll tell you his story. He's taken on the U.S. government when it mattered to stand and fight for the people. He's someone who's been on the journey, and his whole journey has led to this moment. And I can tell you, for those of you that end up being a part, we launched this project on August the 17th in Las Vegas. And so today we're just going to get some information out, but August 17th in Las Vegas is where this entire project takes off. And if you accept our invitation to be a part of this project, you get to partner up and work with someone like Dr. Eric. And that's an opportunity of a lifetime. It really is. And so, guys, you're going to love his heart. You're going to love his passion. You're going to love his knowledge. Dr. Eric, pumped. I'm going to throw it over to you, man. And thanks for being here today.
Well, hey, I appreciate that. And to your point, what we're doing right now it's necessary. Like, it's disruptive because it challenges the status quo of the healthcare and wealth care system that unfortunately many of us know has failed us. And by the way, I know this message I'm going to share with you tonight resonates globally. And I know that because, look, I've spent my last 2 decades in the United States being a physician and really helping people get to the root cause of their problems. And Jeremy, like you said, when we had some crazy stuff happening in our country during the pandemic, at that time, I had, 30 clinics of my own. I had 2 surgical centers. I was part owner of a hospital system. And we had over 11,000 COVID positive patients come through, and through our alternative healthcare solutions, nobody died. In fact, nobody even went to the hospital. And instead of the government asking us what we did, they attacked us because there was a lot of political pressure in the healthcare space at that time. And the attack was crazy. I mean, I was sued for $508 billion, literally with a B, because
Every time you say that, bro, I'm like, man, that's hard to even register.
Trust me, it's hard to say it. It's $500 billion. And it's almost like doesn't even make sense. And what did I do? I helped people, and my teams helped people during this pandemic, which is what doctors are supposed to do. But listen, we live in a world right now where things are just a little bit squirrely. And so that's why it's up to us to get health back into our hands. That's why when I talk about self-care is the new healthcare, people need to get healthy, but they don't know how to get themselves healthy because they don't know how their body works. And so what we've created is a very simple and successful system that we've proven the concept on now for over the past 2 decades. And we're now excited to bring this to the globe. And to the point that everybody's excited about this information is an understatement. I talk about this in the United States and everybody's so excited it's not funny. But then when I go to Japan, or I go to anywhere else in Asia or the Middle East or even in Europe, the message translates the same. Everybody wants a system where they are back in control. So I'm excited to share with everybody tonight my last 20 years of experience, the work that I've done to get me to this point. And it's the story of our launch of our company called Biolimitless. And what I want everybody to know and understand, let me pull this presentation up for everyone so you can see this. Let's go here real quick because I really want to go through this with everyone tonight.
And I promise you guys, what you're gonna hear tonight, this is not just another Me Too. I mean, we have a crowdfunding model that's going to back the bio. It's going to allow the people to own the Biolimitless centers around the world. It's never been done, guys. Community-backed self-care and healthcare, equity crowdfunding opportunity, the product and the product category that Dr. Eric's going to break down. I'm telling you, this is like nothing you have ever seen before. So Dr. E, back to you, but man, I'm fired up to see this, bro.
Thanks, man. Thank you. So let's get into this. I want you guys, everybody to listen to this. Check out this. Actually, let's do this real quick. Let me do this one more time so everybody can see this properly. You know, Jeremy, the last time I was presenting to a group of physicians, they said to me, you know, your project is like if Tesla and Apple got together and had a brainchild with the world's greatest healthcare minds on the planet. That's what Biolimitless is. So have a listen to this video and we'll get into it. So let me get into the conversation of Biolimitless. So our vision with Biolimitless is really to establish a global ecosystem where people understand that self-care really is the new healthcare, powered by innovation and really committed to massive disruption. And we never really set out to disrupt, but you have to understand that systems are made to be broken. And when new systems of higher technology, better efficacy, and more positive results show up, we have to change the status quo. I mean, Einstein said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing again and again and again and expecting a different result. Well, our platform is driven by a visionary global community that orchestrates seamless integration of advanced technologies in healthcare and in wealth care, with a commitment to disrupting the broken systems and really setting new standards, and all about truth, trust, and transparency. Folks, if you haven't learned anything over the last decade about our healthcare and our wealth care system, especially the last 4 years, that we don't have truth, we don't have trust, and there's a massive lack of transparency. Our vision is to bring all three of those to the forefront of this system so that we can grow globally as a happier, healthier, really civilization. We also envision a happier, healthier future for all of us and a wealthier future. You have to understand that healthcare and wealth care do go hand in hand. Our innovative self-care projects, our Biolimitless projects, our cutting-edge technologies, and precision solutions with a mission to unlock the limitless potential within the human body. And we have an enhanced wealth care system. Biolimitless is also introducing a decentralized financial platform, and it has to be decentralized. Our healthcare system and our wealth care system needs to be decentralized, promoting transparent, borderless transactions and empowering global participation through our disruptive peer-to-peer economy and our peer-to-peer system. Folks, you have to understand that Biolimitless is a parallel system. It's a parallel system that's set to disrupt the status quo of the systems that have failed us. Again, I want you to imagine if there was a system of healthcare that was more effective, more affordable, more convenient, more transparent, and more authentic. That's what Biolimitless is all about. We're all about bringing health and care back into healthcare. Look, I don't have to tell you all this, but you know that we have a fractured healthcare system right now. Our current system is broken. It's burdened by superficial treatments. It's burdened by going after the symptoms and not treating the cause. Look, I talked about this earlier today. Diabetes, type 2 diabetes is a massive problem in the world today. And even according to the American Medical Association, the American Diabetic Association says that they only have a 2% success rate in reversing type 2 diabetes, which is absolutely absurd because that's an extremely expensive, massively bureaucratically ridden system that is supposed to be the best system that's out there. And it has a 2% success rate in reversing diabetes, whereas the ketogenic diet by itself has almost a 60% chance. And with our processes and protocols that I've used over the last 20 years, we have an over 90% success rate in reversing blood sugar issues like that. The system we have is not only broken, but it's inaccessible. I mean, healthcare is unaffordable for so many people, it's not even funny. It lacks a true holistic, comprehensive approach. So it's so compartmentalized that when you go see your doctor, you may see a heart doctor and then a doctor for your kidneys and then a doctor for your blood sugar, and all these doctors aren't communing together. What if there was a one-stop shop you could go to where if you were a physician, you could educate patients more effectively, and if you were an end user, which everybody is an end user of healthcare, you could actually have your own educational process where you learn more about your body so that you knew about yourself so that you could make self-care your new healthcare. Big medicine right now is dominated by big pharma and large hospitals. I just had a really good friend of mine that I was speaking with recently. Him and his research team found a molecule that was an extract of a vitamin A compound, and it actually reversed some types of horrible diseases, a type of a cancer. And when he brought that solution to the big industry, they literally said, man, what would happen to our economy if we cured cancer? Like, that's crazy if you think about that. Our current system is focused on profit over patient care. It's all about dealing with diseases and not looking at the root cause and educating people on what they can do. Look, the lack of knowledge is a massive problem. And if we want to get people healthy, we've got to educate them on that process. And then obviously there's massive political overreach in our systems globally right now. I mean, look, we helped people during the pandemic, and instead of the agencies coming after us and asking us how we were successful, They sued us. And by the way, not just me, but tens of thousands of doctors and colleagues like myself all over the globe who had solutions to help people. By the way, I've testified in front of the US Congress 3 times now. And the last time I was there, I was asked to testify about the overreach of government into the healthcare system. And one of the congressmen said, after I was done presenting, he said, look, we should be paying attention to doctors like Dr. Naputi and his colleagues. If they were right about what we discussed during the pandemic, what else are they right about that we could be saving expenses for our healthcare right now? Folks, just in the United States alone, we spend $5 trillion a year on healthcare, $5 trillion with a T. And we know for a fact that 2.5 trillion, literally 50% of that money is wasted money. It goes towards bureaucratic lobbying. It goes towards executives. It goes towards the bureaucracy of healthcare, and it does not go towards individuals' improvement of their care or their outcomes. The system we have is disconnected and it's broken. That's why we need to put in innovative self-care. Self-care is the new healthcare. And by the way, we at Biolimitless empower self-care through cutting-edge precision testing and precision solutions that address the root cause of the problem and affect people on a cellular level. That's what we're all about. We're all about changing things on a cellular and on a genetic level. We use cutting-edge root cause therapies. We utilize advanced AI and biological technologies. All of our technologies are driven by machine learning AI to help us improve the outcomes of all of our patients. By the way, this is for people all across the globe. This is for you, the end consumer, but this is also if you're a physician, if you're a healthcare expert, if you're a healer, we have solutions for you to help empower your communities as well through utilizing our biologics and our biolimitless technologies. We have massively, unbelievably great innovative delivery systems and comprehensive education. That's a huge part of our program. We focus on root cause to optimize all well-being. We have a global footprint right out of the gate. You're going to see that as soon as we launch, we're going to be all over the globe. We have multilingual telehealth services. We've expanded a global infrastructure, and we've enabled in-home based telehealth and in-home based testing for advanced testing that most of you can't even get from your own doctors. Most of the patients that participate in the Biolimitless systems are going to say that they're getting more information with just our first initial round of testing that we're going to be doing than they have from their doctors in the last 10 years combined. And this system is for the people. It empowers self-management of healthcare on a cellular and a molecular level. It's by the people. It's developed by leading experts and tech disruptors like myself and others that are out there. And it's of the people. It drives a community-governed healthcare paradigm shift. Folks, this is so important. We have to have a community-driven healthcare system. Let me say that again, a community-driven healthcare system, not a bureaucratic healthcare system, and it must be decentralized. We've got to move from politics to community-driven care. We've got to encourage autonomy when it comes to healthcare decision-making, making decisions based off of best practices protocols for the individual's needs, not off of bureaucratic needs or policies that doctors or bureaucrats have made without even examining a patient. And it involves the community in continuous improvements. We're always going to be involving our global community. Now, we have many differentiators in Biolimitless, but this is one that I chose to speak to you about today. This diagram really illustrates what Biolimitless is about and how we're different than the standard status quo that's out there in healthcare. So if you look at this slide at the very top right, it says physiology doesn't lie. We test, we don't guess. I want you to understand that that is so important for you to get. You can't be guessing when it comes to your health. How do you know what foods you should eat? How do you know what vitamins you should take? How do you know how much sleep you should get or what exercise are best for you? You don't know unless you measure your physiology. If you don't measure, then you're guessing. You could be educating guessing, but you're still guessing. And if you look at this infinity symbol that's on here, if you start at the top left side here where it says organism, this is you, the human body. You're an organism that has symptoms and ultimately can have disease. You are made up of organ systems like your reproductive system, your nervous system, your digestive system. Those systems are made up of organs. Those organs are made up of tissues. Those tissues are made up of cells in the body. Your cells are told what to do by the chromosomes. The chromosomes cells are told what to do by the bacterial DNA and your human DNA. So what I need you to understand is this, is if you understand your genetic code and you're living the lifestyle based off of your own individual code, and your bacteria in your body is healthy, you're going to have healthy cells, you're going to have healthy tissues, you're going to have healthy organs, healthy organ systems, and you're going to be a healthy organism. What we don't want to focus on are the symptoms, the organs, and the organ systems. We want to focus on the cellular well-being because we know that the quality of your health is in direct proportion to the health of your cells. Well, how do you know if your cells are healthy? You must measure them. And then you got to take action steps based off of what your function of your cells are to improve those cells. Well, how do we know? So if cells are told what to do by chromosomes and bacteria and DNA, how do we know how healthy those are? We have to measure those. What if I told you there was a simple genetic swab test that you could do, either where we measure your saliva, and that tells you how you should eat, how you should sleep, how you should exercise. I mean, it literally tells you everything about the roadmap for your body. And then based off of that, we can measure all of these others. So we at Biolimitless focus on the right side of this chart, not the left side. This is the side of medicine, which, by the way, there's a place for it. I'm not against medicine. We practice medicine, but I'm all about turning self-care into the new healthcare. And if you know how to take care of your cells, your chromosomes, your bacteria, and your DNA, you're going to have healthier tissues. You're going to have healthier organs. You're going to have a healthier organ system, and you are going to be a healthier organism by itself. This is so profound, and I cannot wait to teach you more about this. I teach doctors this technology all across the globe, and this is what they love the most. They understand and love this, and we can measure this. So let's talk a little bit about our phases that we're going to roll out. We're going to talk about 3 primary phases of rollout with Biolimitless. Now, on August the 17th at the Orleans Arena, we are rolling out with phase 1. Phase 1 is the foundation of what we are doing at Biolimitless. We're going to roll out phase 1. We're going to let that cook for a little while so everybody understands it, and then we're going to roll out phase 2 in February. But phase 1, which is launching in August 17th, at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, we're going to have number 1, our precision testing we're going to launch is a DNA genomic test. We're going to be launching an 800,000 gene test that will tell you so much about your body, it'll blow your mind. I'll tell you about that more in a minute. The second thing that we're launching in phase 1 in August are our 2 foundational formulas. These are the 2 most important formulas that I believe every man, woman, and child should have the opportunity to be on. Why is that? The first one is called cell signaling peptide technology. Did you know that once you get over the age of 30, you start losing the ability to signal to your cells like you're supposed to? You lose the production of peptides, you lose the production of enzymes and stem cells, and you lose the production of your microbiome. All of those are components that signal your cells to go to work. Well, if they don't signal, then they don't go to work. That's a big problem. It's why we age. What if there was technology that can improve upon that? There is. And then also, the second foundational formula we're launching is our Master Microbiotics formula. This truly is the key to limitless health. Look, even Hippocrates, the father of medicine, said, first fix the gut and everything else will fall into place. Leaky gut is a massive pandemic that's happening across this globe, and it's happening in every culture, on every country across this planet. And then the third thing that we're launching, this is huge, by the way. We're launching our crowdfunding for the Biolimitless Centers of Excellence. We're going to be launching 200 clinics over the next 3 years, and these are going to be community-driven facilities. And I'm going to go a little deeper into those, but this is our phase 1 launch in August 17th of this year in Las Vegas. So phase 1 testing, we're going to be doing a genetic swab. What if there was a test that you could take, a simple swab test or a spit test? You could spit saliva into a little tube, and that would measure over 800,000 markers in your body, 800,000. And out of those 800,000, it's going to give us 250 actionable steps to take based off of, we can tell you what food you should eat, how you should sleep, what exercise you should do, how to prevent certain injuries. A great example I gave earlier today was I had a woman that came to see me, and she's got all kinds of digestive issues and inflammation. And we found out through her genetic test that she needs more meat in her diet. She needs more iron in her diet. But we found out that this particular individual couldn't have grass-fed beef, which most people would assume that grass-fed beef is healthy for them. Well, she had an oxalate problem. She can't metabolize certain compounds in certain grasses and kales and certain foods. So those foods that she's eating, spinach, kale, and grass-fed beef, were actually causing more harm to her than good. And most people would say those are healthy foods. We're going to be able to tell you exactly how your lifestyle is. Think about this. If you were born and you had a blueprint of your life, or if you had a user's manual of how you best should handle your life, and you have to understand that in the genetic world, one of the things that we say in genetics is, your genes loads your gun, but your lifestyle pulls the trigger, which means that just because you have certain genetic predispositions doesn't mean that you have to have expression of symptoms, sickness, and disease from that. As long as you know how to live the right lifestyle, eat, sleep, exercise, what supplements to take, what things to do for your GI tract, all the things that will teach you, you can mitigate a lot of those problems. And we test the epigenetics and we test the single nucleotide polymorphisms. This is a game changer by itself. I, as a functional medicine doctor, don't know how I could practice moving forward without having this piece of information on every patient that comes in my practice. And by the way, if every man, woman, and child, and even every baby born on this planet had this test from day one, think about how much better your life and health could be if you knew the foods that you were eating that were good or bad, or what foods are poison, and what supplements you're deficient in, and all these other things that you can find out about yourself. That's powerful. What else is powerful are some of the technologies in precision therapeutics that we're releasing. Look, we don't treat symptoms or disease. I'm not interested in symptoms or disease. I'm interested in your cells working better. I'm interested in your microbiome working better, your peptides working better. I'm interested in your chemistry working like it's supposed to. Well, this is one of the most breakthrough formulas that I've ever created. I will tell you that the cell signaling formula combines a potent mix of tripeptides. There's 3 peptides in this, and peptides are all the rage right now. Peptides have been around for over 50 years. We've used them in certain nutrients. We've used them in certain medications. But now, because of the breakthrough delivery system that we have a global patented delivery system that allows for these short chain peptides to be encapsulated, get past the stomach acids, and get into the small intestine where they can be absorbed, and then they can get into the bloodstream and they can signal to your cells to go back to work. Like, that is so breakthrough, it's not even funny, because 99% of all peptides that are on the market right now are injectable peptides. They're categorized as a drug. You need a doctor's license to get it, because they're mega dosing you with these high dose peptides. And unfortunately, there's some side effects from that. Well, we're micro dosing these peptides. We're able to put them into a full packed formula that gets a physiological response to improve cellular function and reduce inflammation. We have 3 peptides in here. By the way, if you took these 3 peptides on a monthly basis just by themselves for Cmax, Epimorelin, and BPC 157, it would cost you over $350 per month to inject yourself with this on a regular basis. We have the ability to get those peptides into your system with the other cofactors that your body needs to reduce inflammation, to improve stress management, to help recover faster the cells of your body that get injured, to improve blood flow and health, to improve digestion, to reduce inflammation. This formula is powerful. And if you did nothing besides this formula itself, it's going to improve the quality and function of your overall health, because it's going to help your body signal the cells better. Think about this. If I were to build a house, I would need raw materials, but then I would need construction workers to put those raw materials together. Well, if I'm going to repair my house, the fundamental building blocks to build my house are vitamins, minerals, nutrients, fats, carbs, and proteins. That's the raw materials. But I need workers to put those together. And the workers are enzymes, peptides, gut microbiome, and stem cells. Well, once we get over the age of 30, we lose 90% function of those. So we don't have the worker bees. So you can have all the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients and clean foods you're eating in your system, but if you don't have the technology to signal to the cells, it's not going to work like it's supposed to. This is a powerful formula right here. That's one that we're launching in our phase 1 essential formula, our foundational formula. The second one is called Master Microbiotics. Listen, you have to understand that 95% of the population on this planet, especially those that eat a Western type diet, those that have stress, and those that have antibiotics in their system, which is almost everybody, okay? Those folks have a problem with the normal gut bacteria. We know that if the microbiome is out of balance, you're going to have problems with anxiety, depression, insomnia. You could get issues with chronic digestive problems, any type of irritable bowel syndrome, irritable bowel disease, gas, bloating, distension. We know if you have a leaky gut, you're going to have a leaky brain. We know that if you have a leaky gut, you're going to have chronic inflammation and pain. We also know that if the bacteria is not properly balanced in the GI tract, then you're going to be more predisposed to infections of all kinds because 90% of your immune system lives in your gut. And we also know that chronic inflammation and obesity comes from an imbalance of the microbiome in the GI tract. What if I told you that there was a patented product, which is what this is, that has a specific delivery system that allows for what we use are called master microbes, which are spore-based microbes. This formula has been clinically proven to get past the stomach into the small intestine, where it can culture in the intestinal tract and allow the body to repair and regrow the imbalance in the microbiome that's supposed to be there. I mean, this formula is the key to healing leaky gut. It's the key to cellular health. It's the key to helping health with your organs. And it's the key to helping improve all absorption of your nutrients. We have to have the gut microbiome good. We have to have the cells signaling first. You understand those two things, plus if you understand your own genetic makeup, then you can change your lifestyle according to what you should do and away from what you shouldn't do. This is the foundation for making your body biolimitless. This is the foundation for having self-care as the new healthcare. This is huge. By the way, don't forget, also in phase one, we're also launching our crowdfund for the Biolimitless Centers of Excellence, which I'll talk a little bit more about in a moment. And then in phase two, we're going to have our global event in Dubai in February of 2025, and I hope to see all of you there. In this phase, we have peptide-driven health and wellness solution-specific formulas. We have formulas that are peptide-driven for detoxification, for anti-aging, for sleep formulas. The sleep formula is a game changer by itself. We know that if you're not sleeping well, you're not healing well. We know that if you're not sleeping well, your blood sugars are going to be off. You're going to be overweight. You're going to have low production. All these things happen. We have cracked the code on this. We have formulas for brain balance to help with focus and concentration. We have a metabolic reset program that helps reset your metabolism, which will give you energy and abundance again. We have peptide-driven formulas for hormones. Hormones are so important, but by the way, if you don't have your GI tract working well, your hormones can't work well. And if you're trying to fix your hormones without your cells signaling properly, they're not going to work. So we have peptide-driven formulas for hormones. We have vitality products for men and women. We have energy, focus, mood, and memory formula. We have a weight loss formula that is a peptide-driven weight loss formula that will also work just like the GLP-1 agonist that you're familiar with. We're going to use some of those same peptides that you hear about people injecting themselves with, but we're able to microdose it and put the whole gamut of other nutrients in that same formula that allow the body to burn fat as fuel, allow your body to keep fat off, and does not have rebound effects like these injections that people have. By the way, the studies that we've done on the weight loss formula, within 6 weeks, the average man loses between 25 to 26 pounds. 26 to 28 pounds, and the average woman loses between 24 and 23 pounds of fat. That's amazing. We also have peptide-driven formulas for muscle growth, which if you understand anything about longevity, the longevity studies tell us that we have to have the more muscle we have going into our senior years of life, the happier, healthier, and longer we live. We have amazing peptide-driven formulas to help the adrenal glands and stress. And we also have some amazing peptide-driven creams for skin care and also for hair restoration. We'll talk about that as well. So that's our phase two. Also in phase two, we have our exosome formula. Exosomes are extracts from stem cells. Many of you know what a stem cell is. Stem cells are cells that are made in the human body, and those cells go and they signal other cells to go to work. Some of those cells tell your bones to get better, some tell your organs to get better, some tell your nerves to get better. Our extracellular vesicle formula features the first ever FDA approved extracellular vesicle compound. It's designed to enhance cellular repair, immune system function, and metabolism. It's clinically proven to reduce inflammation and re-energize cellular activity. It's a daily oral pill. It's the first ever FDA approved. And by the way, when this is going through FDA approval, one of the really amazing things was there were no side effects. There were no side effects. And that's one thing that had the FDA scratching their head. So this is a daily pill, easy to use, and it repairs tissue damage. It restores immune function, resets and boosts metabolism, reduces inflammation, and supports anti-aging through microdosing of extracellular vesicles. This is powerful. The same extracellular vesicles that are FDA approved, we're able to put into a hair restoration cream that can regenerate hair. We also have that same cream that we can put into a facial cream. By the way, the exosomes are antimicrobial, and most of the skin blemishes people get that look like freckles are actually fungus. And then a lot of times when people get hair loss, they get hair loss because their hair gets fungus in it, and it presents like dandruff, but it's fungus and it chokes off the hair follicle. This antimicrobial formula can help with that. Really powerful. And then we have the male and female vitality creams as well that are exosome infused. Also in phase 2, we're bringing some advanced precision testing. By the way, if you're a doctor and you choose to work with Biolimitless and become a facility powered by Biolimitless, you can use these tests in your office. If you're a telehealth practitioner, you can use these as well. But if you're just like everybody else out there, just an end consumer, you also have the ability to have access to these tests. We're going to have blood tests that you can do from home that can measure inflammation, vitamins, minerals, heavy metal testing, and hormones. We have applications that we can measure brain function and stress function all through your app. All of our technology will be delivered to you through your Biolimitless app. By the way, that app is driven by AI. So it's going to help us guide and gear you towards what is best for you to be doing. We have telomere testing, which anybody who's in anti-aging or in the longevity space knows that the length of your telomeres equals the health of your cells. Longer telomeres means a longer, healthier life. We have a camera on our app that you can take to see the health of your face and your skin. It can give you a biological and chronological age of that, which is powerful. We have sleep study technologies and cardiovascular technologies. By the way, our sleep technology, not only does it measure your brain activity when you're sleeping, but if your brain and body gets out of the deep sleep it should be in, we actually have light and sound therapies on this device that can allow your brain to go back into that deep sleep again. And oh, by the way, a 20-minute use of this technology is the equivalent of a 4-hour power nap. That's a powerful deal. And then we have stool testing as well, comprehensive GI analysis that you can do from your home. We have all the tests needed to really get to the root cause of cellular and genetic imbalances in the body. Then our phase 3 is our launch, which is launching in 2025 of our Biolimitless Centers of Excellence. Imagine if you could go to a facility. We're going to launch 200 of these over the next 3 years all over the globe, literally all over the globe. Imagine if you could go to a one-stop shop where you could find out the root cause of your problems. We could work on preventing symptoms, sicknesses, and diseases. If you aren't well, you can go to a center like this and get well, because we're going to offer primary care. We're going to have functional MRIs for the brain. We're going to have full body scans. We're going to have laser therapies. We have in-office hair restoration. We can get stem cells and exosomes injected into your joints to help with joint pain naturally. We can do IVs of vitamins and stem cells to get vitality to come up. I mean, this really truly is a one-stop shop for really making your self-care your new healthcare. And we're really bringing together advanced diagnostics, precision therapeutics, and treatments. And by the way, AI technology and world-class physicians and staff. And remember, physiology doesn't lie. We test, we don't guess. Health is made up of physical, chemical, and emotional well-being. And many of you that are listening to this right now have never truly been fully assessed for your physical, chemical, and emotional well-beings. We have the ability to do that through our Biolimitless Centers of Excellence. And you can do the majority of those things already through our app, through our direct-to-consumer application as well. So this is super exciting what we've got. And we're transcending borders, you guys. We already have a global distribution network set up already in North America, South America, through the Middle East, throughout Europe, throughout Asia, Africa, and a global infrastructure is already in place. We already have manufacturing in the US and in Europe, and we're expanding to other regions of the world, Asia, as well as the Middle East for manufacturing, and most likely much more. We're here to grow together, folks. This is a community-driven program. By the way, not only are we using AI technology for advancing the results that we get with all of our direct-to-consumer patients or people that go to our Biolimitless Centers of Excellence, we actually have the first artificial intelligence. We're leading a revolution in this. We're introducing the first AI product expert AI to help with compliance and understand how our products work. And in August 17th, you'll have access to your own personal product expert to answer all of your calls, answer all your network's questions about Biolimitless products and the ecosystem. How amazing is it that you could literally call or give someone a number or do a three-way call with an AI technology that we have that could answer all the questions you've got. We've got AI voice agents, multilingual capabilities. We also have autonomous lead nurturing. So if you're working this as a business, we can automatically engage and nurture your leads. We have CMR integration. We have a dedicated company expert that can provide a specialized AI-driven expert tailored towards everything that we're doing in Biolimitless for maximum customer service experience and compliance. It's really quite powerful. Folks, remember, I say this all the time. If the system is too big to fail, then what do we need to do? We need to build a new one. And that's what we've done. Biolimitless is not another Vita Vita Vegemin company. It's not another Me Too product company. This is a healthcare and wealth care delivery system that is necessary for such a time as this, something that's more effective, more affordable, more convenient, more transparent, and more authentic. This is Biolimitless. There's so much more to share about this. But Jeremy, all I can say is it's exciting. People are excited. And man, the best is yet to come.
Brother, it's incredible. Every time I see you present this, I get more and more excited. And, you know, the thing that I think is so invigorating about this opportunity, because I'll tell you the industry, the peer-to-peer industry that many people watching today come from, it's ripe for disruption, man. It is. The best people in the world live in that industry, but sometimes the worst people do as well. Yeah. But the greatest leaders, the greatest hearts, the warriors of the world, the ones who said, we're going to fight for our freedom. We're going to change the legacy of our families, the ones that went from zero to hero in their lives. And we've been so disappointed in this industry. We've been so by companies, by centralization, by greed, and all of these things. And you've been on that same journey in the healthcare world. You've seen how the system was designed in many ways for failure. And what I'm so pumped about is not only the product category that we have, but to be able to bring this to the world through a decentralized platform. Because here's one of the things that we've learned, man, is that if we can just get out of the way of the leaders, if we can create a decentralized environment, put the best product in the world in their hands, the best self-care system, give them the deal that everybody's looking for right now in the world, that checks that box. But let them go lead. Let them do what they know how to do. You take the limits off, take the lid off. And I'm just telling you, we're about to hit the market with some of the greatest leaders that this industry has ever seen. It's mind blowing. I was on a call 2 days ago with the CEO and the top leaders of a company with 1.2 million distributors. They saw your presentation on the products, and they saw what we're doing with smart contracts and blockchain. And they said, we want to bring 1.2 million. We want to bring our whole group over to this project and just launch them in the deal. And what decentralization does, guys, is it keeps the game fair and honest, is what it does.
Yeah.
It makes sure that every dollar that comes in does exactly what it was promised to do. And if you've ever been, in a situation where you've had companies change compensation plans, or you've had genealogies moved around. This is a big one in our industry where literally genealogies will be moved. People will go build, and then a whole group will be moved, or leaders will be placed in above other people that had been building for years, and all these things that happen, deals, back end deals. I mean, Eric, I can't tell you how many friends of mine, I've been there as well, who've just had our checks cut off, right? I've got a friend of mine who was at another company's event supporting his best friend. And he was at the event. Somebody posted a picture online of this leader at this other company's event. And that was the last day he ever got a paycheck. He ever got paid from his company. Well, guys, that's not entrepreneurialism, right? In this industry, we preach a message that you own your own business. You work for yourself. You can build lifetime residual income. And unfortunately, the centralized control never lets that become a reality. And so we are bringing, for the first time ever in the world of the peer-to-peer economy, not only the most disruptive product and product category, but the most disruptive business model that this industry has absolutely ever seen. And when Dr. Eric says by the people, for the people, guys, this is like on steroids. This is by the people, for the people, or maybe I should say on stem cells. By the people, for the people, on stem cells, right? I love it. So let me jump through just a few slides. We're going to unveil all of the details at the Las Vegas event. That's where the launch takes place. But I've got to give you a couple of reasons why leaders from all over this industry are lining up to be a part of this project. And guess what? We don't care if people build other deals. There's many great opportunities in the world today, and there's no company that owns you and I. If you are a independent business owner who says, I'm going to market a product for this company, they don't own you. That's a disgusting culture that's been created in this industry. We just believe in decentralization. And you know how we keep people? By being the best, by continuing to deliver on promises and just produce results. And so check out a couple of quick slides here, guys. Let me pull this up. And I'm going to start with this quote that I found myself saying on a lot of private calls recently. Biolimitless not only checks all the boxes that any peer-to-peer influencer could ask for, we've created new boxes that the industry never even knew were possible. And I'm telling you, we check all the boxes. And for those of you that may not be leaders in this industry, and you're just here today because you want to learn more about the project and what we're having, here's the power of this. We believe in the customer referral model, because when you take, on day one of taking these products, guys, just taking peptides and being able to deliver them orally, just that product and the master microbiotic product alone, you're going to feel instant results literally on day one. By day 7, you're gonna be like, where has this been my whole life? And any good person who unlocks something great in their life is going to share it with the people they care about, right? It's normal. So this is not sales. This is not marketing. This is a life-changing, transformative product category and self-care system that when a person experiences it, they're going to want to tell other people about it. And I'm just going to share with you a few of the things that we think are really big disruptors in our model. Let me just real quick remind everyone, phase 1 includes the crowdfunding and the foundational products launching on August 17th. Phase 2 launches in Dubai in 2025. And then in 2025, the Biolimitless centers that you and I will own together as a community, those Biolimitless centers will start to go up all around the world. So let's talk about the product category for a moment. Why is it a disruptor? Why are these 2 products and the DNA assessment and app? Why is it a game changer? Well, number one, it's an instant gratification product. You will feel these products immediately. And from a marketing business perspective, that's a really big deal. Number two is they deliver quantifiable, measurable, and tangible long-term results. This is not one of those deals where you just got to believe it's doing something. You got to believe it's working. You can measure those results. You can measure your inflammation levels. You can measure your gut health. You can measure these things and see, my goodness, these products are changing my body for the good. Guys, we're in front of the number one emerging health trend right now. And I'd love to say this. This is the first time in my career where Google is our best friend. I mean, if you go just Google health benefits of peptides, just get ready. You're going to get clinical studies. You're going to get thousands of articles that have been written by scientists and doctors and testimonies. And guys, this is anyone who's on the cutting edge of biohacking and taking their health to the next level is implementing peptides into their regimen. Dr. Eric introduced me to peptides over a year ago, and it changed my life. I was dealing with brain fog. And look, even the DNA test, I found out that I have a MTHFR gene defect. That means my body doesn't methylate. Well, I've been doing all kinds of things wrong in my life, including taking the wrong kind of vitamins. I didn't know this, but as a result of this product category, my life's been changed. And these testimonies are going to go viral around the world. Our entire roadmap from day one is doing what has never been done before. And I can tell you that is the mantra of Biolimitless, the mantra of our leaders, the mantra of every person involved in this ecosystem is we are all born to do what has never been done before. And so the pioneers are coming, the limitless thinkers are coming, the big dreamers and builders are coming because we are creating an environment that is taking the limits off at a whole new level. The crowdfunding model, this is so disruptive. To be able to come in as a community, as the people, and crowdfund these biolimitless centers and have real equity ownership. And we're going to share all of the details on August the 17th. But to have real equity ownership in these biolimitless centers. And we're going to share a whole model with you where for those who crowdfund one clinic, you're actually going to get two because of how we put that money to work long term. And we're going to break the whole thing down, but you're going to have passive income coming from these clinics and have real equity in the next generation of what healthcare and self-care looks like in the world. This is so powerful to have equity and ownership and profit sharing in the real world business of these clinics. The referral model is included in the Biolimitless crowdfund. And so when people participate in the crowdfund, there's a referral model that's a part of that. That's powerful, right? It allows you to make money today and tomorrow. Crowdfund model pays into the global breakage bonus pools that we're going to talk about today. First time ever that there is a breakage bonus pool where 100% of the compensation plan, of the rewards plan, 100% is guaranteed to pay out in the rewards plan. Whatever doesn't pay out in the rewards plan pays out in the breakage bonus pools to the members. And we're going to talk about that on August 17th. Profit sharing for the entire community from all of the retail product sales from the clinics. Think about that, guys. 40% of every sale from the clinics goes back to the community. This has never been done in the history of the industry. U.S. participants will need to meet and submit the requirement of an accredited investor for phase one of the crowdfund. Phase two will be open to retail investors once everything is finalized with the SEC. So phase one will be for accredited investors only in the United States specifically. Globally, those rules do not apply. Guys, permanent genealogy on the blockchain. That means that there's no back-end deals. Means nobody has the ability to move teams or reposition leaders. It's permanent on the blockchain. No ability to kick someone out. Listen, even if we wanted to, even if someone's a bad actor and they're causing trouble, guess what? They're in the deal. They're in the deal. We can't cut their check. We can't kick them out. It's on the blockchain. That means what you build is yours for life. And there's no ability to cut someone in. Everything is transparent and immutable on the blockchain. Smart contracts for all compensation. Payout is instant and guaranteed. A smart contract is an immutable contract on the blockchain that says if this happens, then this happens, then this happens. And it literally is like a vending machine. You put $1 in, you hit on that bag of chips, and you get the bag of chips out. The problem with the centralized world is the rules can change if someone decides. The problem with the decentralized world is there's someone else pushing that button, making that ultimate approval or decision. With smart contracts for compensation, everything happens instantly at the point of transaction. Full transparency of where every dollar goes, and it guarantees full payout. This is absolutely disruptive in the peer-to-peer industries where we see people changing the deals all the time. Companies going, man, we're paying out too much. We got to change this, et cetera, et cetera. Smart contracts protect the community and make it a decentralized environment. We're building this entire platform, launching it on our own blockchain. We've been working in the blockchain space for many, many years. Have some of the best developers and teams around the world, but we've been doing it in the digital space. We've been in the digital world all these years. This is the first time, and I'm so passionate about this because I believe blockchain is meant for the world. And to be able to bring blockchain and smart contract technology into the real world of products and services and to merge those two together, it's going to be so powerful. What this also allows us to do is, for the first time ever in this environment, be able to use credit card and debit cards and still have instant transactions on the blockchain. And we won't bore you with details on that, but just know that the previous barriers of entry are being removed on August the 17th. And this is such a powerful opportunity. It's going to allow for DeFi rewards on future earned commissions. It allows us to provide a global platform for other projects in the future. So this is all powered by our own in-house blockchain. We have a disruptive compensation plan. Again, 100% of the comp plan payout will pay out through the breakage pools, with equitable distribution. That means those that are building get those extra bonuses. 100% of the reward plan pays out from every single transaction, and it does it instantly through the smart contracts. Guys, we are implementing an equity bonus pool for top leaders. And I am absolutely convinced, we've ran some models, this is going to be the largest bonuses paid out to top leaders that the industry has ever seen. And we've all been a part. If you're a leader, you've been a part of building companies, and we put our blood, sweat, and tears into helping create that momentum for those companies and for our teams. And because we come from the industry, we said, you know what? Top leaders should have a pathway to equity, an opportunity to actually have equity from all of the top line revenue and everything that we're doing as a company. Top leaders should be able to have equity in that. It's going to be powerful. Rewards the right behavior. We use a cumulative volume model instead of a monthly volume model to unlock and qualify permanently for generations. This is powerful. We do use a monthly volume model to qualify for the breakage bonus pool. So we're rewarding equitably those who are building in that moment. Long-term equity for top leaders is based on cumulative volume. This is powerful. So your equity in the project is based on your cumulative lifetime volume, not just how much you're doing per month. And so you can really focus and build to get there. You can maximize the plan with 2 or more teams. It is a unilevel, but it's a unilevel with a 50% rule. So you can maximize with 2 or more teams. There's built-in compression, of course, in the unilevel. And because of the smart contracts, everything is instant daily pay. The influencer model, this is a game changer because look, guys, we are not just building a peer-to-peer ecosystem. We are building a global brand. Biolimitless is without a doubt going to be a global brand, a household name, and we're going to help make that a reality. What does that mean? That means there's going to be doctors that are going to want to sell these products. There's going to be clinics that want to use this technology. And there's going to be social influencers that they don't want to engage in network marketing or peer-to-peer type of environment, but they want to sell the products to their audience. And they're going to have the opportunity to do that. However, they're going to do it at a 20% price, retail price, 20% higher than what anyone in the network will be paying. That 20% will go to the influencer or go to the doctor or go to the clinic. But watch this. And then there'll be a direct referral bonus as well for the refer. And then 30% of all of the retail sales will go into the Biolimitless rewards plan. This has never been done in the history of the industry, where literally we will have, I mean, already, guys, the doctors and the influencers that are lining up, it's astronomical. We will have thousands and thousands and thousands of retail sales outlets for this product, creating brand awareness at a higher price than our members get if they join the network. And every time a Biolimitless product or service is sold in the retail market, 30% of that goes back into the smart contracts, into the rewards plan, and the community wins from that as well. Guys, this has never been done. We're creating brand harmony in the retail world and in the peer-to-peer world. It's absolutely a game changer. And of course, the AI, I did a three-way call last week with the AI, and it was just incredible to be able to actually talk to an AI who is an expert on all of the science, the products. Basically, it's Dr. Eric, right? You get to have a private call with his brain. And it's so powerful, such a powerful tool. We have a full marketing system that will be launched on August 17th, where everything you need from social media sharing, survey marketing, you name it, it's all there. Automated follow-ups, all built within the Biolimitless Direct app. It's going to be so powerful, and access to this AI sales agent that can answer all of the product questions for you and for your customers. And so, guys, we just hope the world will join us on August the 17th. We know the right people will be here from all over the world. We invite you to join us at the Orleans Arena. Now, everyone who attends this event will be going home with a full month's supply of our two core products. And so you'll have the cell signaling product, and you'll have the master microbiotic product, and you'll be able to take it that day. You'll be able to go home with that product in hand. Your ticket to Vegas, clear your schedule, do whatever you got to do to be with us on August the 17th. The lineup of speakers, it's going to be such an amazing day together. We're going to make some huge announcements. And I believe, Dr. Eric, we're going to be launching the biggest disruptor that the industry's ever seen. I'll say it one more time. Biolimitless not only checks all the boxes that any peer-to-peer influencer could ask for, we've created new boxes that the industry never even knew were possible. So, Dr. Eric, great to be with you today. I'll throw it over to you, man, for any closing thoughts.
I'll just say, look, every time we go through this, I get super excited because my phone blows up. People are so pumped about what's possible. And this is what folks want. Folks want an opportunity to be back in control of their own health. They want an opportunity to be in control of their own wealth. This is that solution. There are many times in life where if you go back and look at history, ups and downs of it, we're getting ready to have a huge upslope. We're getting ready to come into a new industrial age of enlightenment, and your health and your wealth is the paramount of that. And don't forget that self-care is the new healthcare, and Biolimitless is the key to putting health and care back into healthcare. So I'll see you guys in Vegas. It's going to be amazing. I don't know what else to say other than awesome, awesome, awesome.
Appreciate you, bro. Love you, man. We'll talk soon. Thanks, everybody, for joining us.